So just find a comfortable seat wherever you are. We're just going to, you can cross your legs, find a place that you can stay for a few minutes. We're just going to do some just gentle breathing just to begin. So just settle down. You can bring a pillow behind you and sit on that just to lengthen the spine. You can sit with your legs crossed. Feel free to sit with your legs out in front of you if that's more comfortable. So whatever way you like to sit. So just find a comfortable place, and we're just going to elongate the spine. I'm going to start off seated this evening, and just gently close off the eyes. Your hands can be placed on your knees with the palms facing up. They can face down. You can have your hands rested in your lap. And just wherever you are, just find a comfortable place of stillness. And so we're imagining that there's a gold thread coming all the way from the ground, all the way through the bottom of your body, all the way through your stomach, your chest, and coming out of the top of your head and lifting you upwards. So just take a moment to lengthen the spine. And just allow the shoulders to roll back and down, away from the ears. And just take a moment to notice where the breath's coming from. Maybe you're breathing right up in your chest towards your throat. And when we're anxious, that's sometimes where our breath sits. So we're just going to notice for now. Just bring some awareness to the breath. And this evening, we're just going to have a little theme of space. So we're creating space in the mind and the body. So we're all cooped up in our houses, most of us at the moment, not really having many places to go or where we're allowed to go. So we just need to create a little bit of openness wherever we are. So just notice it as it goes in and out through the nose. Notice how you're breathing. Are you breathing quite deeply, quite quickly? And then notice how you're feeling. Are you feeling calm, stressed, anxious? I imagine most of us are feeling pretty anxious and apprehensive about what's going on and what lies ahead. We can just take this hour to just recharge and come back to ourselves. And we're going to start breathing from the stomach. So if you put one hand on your stomach and one hand on your chest, allow the shoulders to roll down. And we're going to allow the hand that's on your stomach to push outwards. So we're going to try and keep the chest nice and still. And as you inhale, push the hand on your stomach away from you. As you exhale, allow the hand to move back so the navel comes towards the spine. Inhale, allow the stomach to inflate. Exhale, draw the navel back down towards the spine, keeping some length in the back. Being mindful not to collapse forward as we exhale. Inhale, allow the stomach to inflate. Exhale, the navel comes back towards the spine, relaxing the shoulders. Inhale, draw the navel away. This time, exhale, we're going to make the exhale a little bit longer. Inhale. Exhale, nice, slow, steady breath. Lovely. Just bring the hands back down to where they were, either in the lap or on the knees. And just inhale as we draw the shoulders in towards the ears. And exhale, draw them back down. Allow the shoulder blades to come and meet as they work their way down the body. Inhale, draw the shoulders up. Exhale, draw them down. Inhale up. Exhale, back and down. Lovely. And just come back to your natural breath. And just notice now where you're breathing from, how your breathing feels. Just concentrating on the breath, even for a minute or so, can really relax us and calm down our nervous system. And then just flicker the eyes open. You can keep your eyes closed. I invite you to keep them closed if you can and just listen to me. That's absolutely fine. We're going to inhale as we sweep the arms just to halfway. So the arms are going to be out into a sort of T position. We're going to inhale as the fingers go upwards, the chin comes towards the sky. And as you exhale, point the fingers down towards the ground, chin towards the chest. Inhale, fingers are lifted, chin towards the sky. And then exhale, fingertips go down, chin towards the chest. Inhale, fingers are lifted, gaze is up. And exhale, draw the chin towards the chest, fingers point down. Inhale, this time flip the palms upwards. Inhale as we lift the hands to meet above the head. And then exhale, draw the hands down to your heart center. Okay. Inhale as we sweep the arms up again, meeting at the top. And then exhale, draw them into the chest. One more time, inhale, sweep the arms up above the head. And then this time we're going to exhale, draw the left hand to the right knee. And the right hand is just going to go behind you. So just gently onto the ground. And then looking over to your right shoulder. So just a gentle twist to begin. You can close your eyes here. And being mindful of where we're breathing from. So the space is coming from our stomach. And we're elongating the spine. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale to come round. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Gaze is lifted. And then exhale. The right hand comes to the left knee. Twisting over to the left hand side. The left hand comes behind you. And just gently looking over that left shoulder. And again, imagining the spine is lengthening as you go. Nice gentle twist just to start. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale to come back round. Just going to start making a little figure of 8 with the hands. And then flicker the fingers all the way down. Perfect. We're going to come onto all fours. So you can either come over your knees or you can flip the feet around. So we're going to come into a child's pose to begin. So we're going to separate the knees, bring the big toes together, sit back onto the heels, walk the hands forward slightly and bring the forehead down. Now feel free to bring a pillow underneath your forehead if you want to. Options here of bringing the knees together. You can sit a little bit further up and bring a pillow underneath your legs, if that feels better. or settle back down to the heels. So connecting with the earth here, feeling the space through the underarms, through the back body. As we inhale, open the back ribs. And exhale. As we inhale, really imagine the lungs inflating. And exhale. Okay, inhale as we come back up. Come into our tabletop position. So stacking the hips over the knees, the shoulders over the wrists. Coming through a couple of cat-cows. I'm going to spread the fingers, middle fingers facing forwards. Inhale, release the stomach, gaze is lifted. And then exhale, draw the chin towards the chest, really push away, pushing into the tops of the feet, into the hands. Inhale, release the stomach, gaze is lifted. And exhale, rounding the spine, pushing away from the mat. Inhale, release the stomach, gaze is lifted. And then this time as we exhale, round the spine, come and sit back onto the heels into a little child's pose. Inhale to come forward, release the stomach, look up. Exhale, curling the spine, push back, sit back onto the heels. Inhale, come forward, release the stomach. Exhale, curling the spine, push it back onto the heels. Inhale, come back to your tabletop position. We're going to bring the right hand to the middle of the mat. We inhale, peel the left arm up towards the sky for a nice twist. And then exhale as you thread it underneath your right arm. And your left ear is going to come down to the mat. So the left hand is underneath the right is on the mat. Option here of bringing the right arm up towards the sky. You can wrap it around the body as well. So option of just lifting or keeping it onto the mat, completely your choice. Or wrapping it around. Taking a few deep breaths here. And then if the arm is wrapped around you, inhale to lift the arm, place it on the ground, pushing up with the right hand, coming back to your tabletop position. So the left hand's going to come to the middle of the mat. Inhale, sweep the right arm up towards the sky, energizing the fingers for a nice twist. And then as we exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left, all the way through, so the right ear comes down to the mat. You should get a nice twist in the shoulder. Nice stretch here. The option of leaving the left hand down on the mat, bringing it up towards the sky, energizing the fingers, or wrapping the left hand around the back of the body, opening out the left shoulder. And then taking a few deep breaths. And then inhale to release the arm. And then exhale as you push onto the mat with the left hand and back to your tabletop position. I'm going to inhale as we lift the left leg. Bending the knees, start making some circles with the leg. So the knee is coming around. You can make as big or as little circles as you want. Just mobilizing the hip space. Keeping the core nice and engaged. And then we're going to exhale as we straighten out the left foot and the left leg. So the heel is going to move back towards the back of the mat and start little pulses. So forwards and backs, we're going to work on our wrists and the back of the left leg. So just gentle pulses backwards and forwards. Lovely. And then we're going to pivot the left foot so it's parallel with the bottom of the mat. Open out the right foot. You want a little bit more stability. And then inhale, we're going to peel the left hand up towards the sky. Gaze is lifted up if you're comfortable. If you want a little bit more stability, open out the right foot a little bit more. So the chest is lifted, we're creating space in the top of the body. Heart is open. And if you want to, you can open out the left arm a little bit more, creating a little bit more space. Option here of picking up the left leg if you want to go a little bit further. Again, keeping the core engaged. Take a nice big inhale, and then exhale, we're going to bend the left knee and step the left foot to the top left of the mat, pivoting the back foot. Now, option here of picking up the back knee and straightening out that leg, or you can keep the right knee down. And we're just going to gently guide the left knee outwards. So creating space in the legs, in the thighs, just gently opening up that space. Lovely. Bringing the knee back in, bring the hands down onto the mat, bring the left knee to meet the right. And then as we exhale, we're just going to lower ourselves down to the ground. So exhale with the elbows hugging in, all the way down. The hands come underneath the shoulders, release the feet. We're going to inhale as we push up to a little baby cobra. You don't have to go too far. Chin is parallel with the ground. And then exhale as we release, come down. We're going to go again. Inhale, sweep up. Just a little cobra. And then exhale, release down. We're going to curl the toes. We're going to come into our downward facing dog. So curling the toes, pushing up with the hands. Sit bones and bottom comes up towards the sky and the heels work downwards. So come into wherever you're comfortable. You don't need straight legs. We're working on stretching the spine and lengthening up. So we can start pedaling here, one by one. Perhaps a little shake of the head. We're grounding down with the hands and the fingers are all spread on the floor. And then find a place of stillness. So don't worry if your heels don't come to the ground. Bend your knees if you need to, it's absolutely fine. Take a nice inhale as we come onto the tips of the toes. And then exhale, draw the knees down and come back into our tabletop position. The wrists stacked underneath the shoulders, knees stacked underneath the hips. I'm going to inhale as we raise the right leg, bending the knees, start mobilizing the hip. So coming into nice big circles, keeping the core nice and engaged. We're pushing away from the ground here so the chest is nice and lifted. Lovely. And if we exhale, straighten out the right leg. The heel is moving towards the back of the mat and start pulsing backwards and forwards. So again, mobilizing the wrists here. And we're stretching out the back of the leg. And then when you're ready, we're going to pivot the back foot so it's parallel with the bottom of the mat. Open out the leg to where you're comfortable. Left hand stays on the mat. And inhale as we peel the right arm off the mat, spreading the fingers, gaze is lifted if you're comfortable. You can keep looking down, and if you're a bit unsteady here, open out the leg. The left leg can open to just give you a little bit more stability. And then option here, if you're comfortable, to lift the right leg. Using your core, keeping that engaged, pressing into the left foot. And then take a nice big inhale. Exhale to bend the right leg. Drawing the right foot to the top of the right mat. And then gently guiding out the knee with the hand. So we're just gently pushing on the knee. Just to the right hand side, so you get a nice stretch in this groin. And working into the left hip flexor. And keep your breath nice and steady here. Maybe thinking about elongating the exhale again. And then draw the hands down onto the mat. Bring the right foot back. Take a nice inhale as we exhale. We're going to lower the body again down to the mat, keeping the elbows hugged in. Releasing the toes, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale as we lift the chest, open the heart. Exhale down. Inhale as we lift. This time perhaps you might want to lift the hands off the mat. Feel free to keep them down. And then exhale, release down. Inhale to push into the tops of the feet, lifting the arms if you're comfortable. And then exhale down. Bring the hands to underneath your forehead, create a little pillow. You can bring the forehead down. Maybe just a little wiggle of the hips from side to side, release any tension out of the lower back. And breathe. Come and find a place of stillness. Inhale as we bring the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to curl the toes and push up into a plank. We're going to go back into a downward facing dog. So coming all the way up, push the bottom up and back, settle down the heels. You can pedal out the legs if you want to. And then find an area of stillness, take some lovely deep breaths. I'm going to inhale as we sweep the right leg up towards the sky. And then exhale, draw the right knee in towards the chest. Moving the body forward so the shoulders are stacked over the wrists. I'm going to inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, draw the right knee into the chest. Shoulders are stacked over the wrist. Inhale, sweep the leg up. Exhale, knee into the chest. And then we're going to step the right foot to the top of the mat in between the hands. Now, option of keeping the left knee down if you want to, or lift the leg. We're opening out the chest here, tips of the fingers are on the ground, so we're in our runner's lunge. Gaze is lifted forwards. We're going to inhale as we sweep the arms all the way up to a high lunge, or keep that left knee down if you want to. We're going to inhale and then exhale, bending the left knee, cactusing the arms down. Inhale to straighten both legs. Exhale, come all the way down, arms are cactusing. Inhale, lift, straighten both legs. Exhale, draw the left knee down, bending the front knee. Inhale, lift the arms, straighten the legs. And then exhale, come down, bring the left knee all the way down to the mat. The left hand is going to come to the inside of the right foot. Inhale, peel the right arm up towards the sky. A nice twist. Now imagine the chest opening. If you want to open the arm up a little bit further, you can do. Be mindful of any pain or tension. And then exhale as we frame the foot with the hand. Pick up the back leg, step back to plank or half plank, so you can bring the knees down if you want to. We're going to exhale as we bring the knees, chest and chin on the ground, keeping the elbows in. Inhale, sweep the body up. And then exhale, curl the toes, bottom up and back, or a downward facing dog. Lovely. Just settle down the breath. Inhale, sweep the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale as we draw the knee in towards the chest, stack the shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, sweep the leg up. Exhale, knee towards the chest, stacking the shoulders, spreading the fingers. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, bringing the knee towards the chest. And then we're going to step the left foot forward to the top of the mat. We're coming into our runner's lunge. So the tips of the fingers are on the mat. Shoulders are separate. Chest is lifted. Look up if you're comfortable. You can bring that right knee down. Take a few breaths. And on your next inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up, coming into a high lunge. So a nice bend in that front knee. The front knee is over the ankle. And we're going to exhale as we draw the the elbows down and the right knee down with it. So you're in sort of a goal post with your arms. Inhale, straighten both legs, arms come up. Exhale, draw the elbows down, right knee comes down. Inhale, straighten both legs, arms up. Exhale, come down. Last one, inhale, sweep up, straighten the legs. And then exhale, bring the knee down. Right knee is on the ground. The right hand comes to the inside of the left foot, sweeping the left arm all the way up, opening out the chest. And if you want to here, open the arm out a little bit further. And then exhale as you bring your gaze down, frame the foot with both hands. Pick up the back leg, step back to plank. So pushing away from the ground here. And then exhale, bring your knees down, your chest and your chin, keeping your elbows tucked in. Inhale, sweeping up to cobra. Exhale, curling the bottom, downward facing dog. So sit bones are lifted, settling down the heels. So the inside of the elbows working inwards and upwards here. We're separating the shoulder blades. And each finger and thumb is pressing into the mat. And again, don't worry about straight legs. Bend your knees if you want to. If you find your back is curling, just bend the knees. I'm going to inhale, sweep the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step it to the top of the mat. We're going to pivot the back foot so the toes are pointed about 45 degrees parallel. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And this is warrior one. So the pelvis is facing forwards. You can bring your hands onto your hips if you want to. Bring your hands into a prayer position or up. A nice big inhale. Exhale as we bring the arms out to warrior two. So separate the arms, gaze is over the right middle finger. Right knee is over the ankle and there's a nice bend in that front knee. We're pushing out to the back little toe. Inhale, reverse the front palm. And then exhale, send it to the back of the room. So just a little bit of pressure on the back leg, not too much. Keep it nice and light. And then we're going to exhale as we windmill the arms. Come all the way down, frame the foot, step back to plank. If chaturanga is in your practice, feel free to use it. We're going to exhale, knees, chest and chin. Releasing the toes, sweeping forward, keeping the elbows in. Coming up. Exhale, curl the toes, push the bottom up and back. Downward facing dog. Lovely. Take a few lovely deep breaths here. Inhale as you sweep the left leg up towards the sky, and then exhale, bring the left foot to the top of the mat. We're going to pivot the back toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Bend in the front knee. Pelvis is facing forwards. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, open out the arms. Settle the shoulders down here. Shoulders away from the ears. Keep a nice bend in that front knee. And the knee is guided out. You want to see your big toe. Inhale, reverse the palm, the front hand. And then exhale, sweep it to the back of the mat. Gaze is lifted if you're comfortable. If not, keep looking forwards. And just a light touch on the back leg. And exhale, windmill the arms all the way down, framing the front foot. Stepping back to plank. Come through your flow, so chaturanga if you have it, or bend your knees down. Release the toes, come all the way down, keeping the elbows in. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, curling the toes, push the bottom up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale as you come onto the tips of the toes. Exhale, draw the knees out wide on the mat. Sit back on the heels, come into a child's pose. Forehead down. Now option here of bending the elbows, bringing the hands into prayer position and bringing them down to your lower neck, the top of your sort of back. Just for that extra stretch under the arms. I'm just going to open out the shoulders. We're creating some space in the bottom of the top of the back, bottom of the shoulder. And again, as we're inhaling, we're opening out the ribs. Lovely. Bringing the hands down onto the mat as we inhale, come up. We're going to come and sit back onto our heels. So just bringing the knees towards each other, about hip distance apart. Just going to inhale as we sweep the arms up. And just to begin with, come and face you. Let's sweep the arms up. We're going to grab the right hand, right wrist with the left hand, and just gently stretch over to your left hand side. Gaze is lifted if you're comfortable. And then inhale to come back up, switch over, and then exhale to stretch. So stretching out this side body, creating a little bit of space in the ribs, space in the chest. Lovely. We're going to inhale as we come up, nice big stretch, gaze is lifted. Then as we exhale, we're going to hold on to opposite elbows and then keep that space moving backwards. So the gaze is lifted, we're coming up, the pelvis is moving forwards. Don't worry about how far you go back, we're pushing into the tops of the feet. And then inhale, releasing the hands, stretching upwards. And then exhale the hands down. So we're keeping lifted, we're going to come into our camel pose. So options here. For now, just for the first bit, we're just going to stay with our hands on the bottom of our back. So fingers pointing downwards, thumbs around the waist. We're just coming to the top or bottom of the back. The pelvis is moving inwards and the body is moving upwards. So imagine you're sort of going over a big beach ball type thing. So pressing into the tops of the feet, hands to the lower back, shoulders down and moving towards each other, so shoulder blades are moving in. Gaze is lifted, pelvis moves forwards, chest is opening. And look up if you're comfortable, relax the neck only if there's no pain. And then inhale to come back up. Perfect. We're going to do that again. If you want to do any extra depth in it, you can. So we're going to inhale as we keep the hands on the lower back, lifting the chest, pelvis is pushing forwards and upwards, lifting up. If you're comfortable, you can reach back to your heels. Chest is lifted again, opening out the throat if you're comfortable. Or you're staying with your hands on your lower back. Come back up, we're going to inhale to bring the hands to the lower back. Using your core to come back up. And then exhale, sit down on the heels. Bring the hands, wrap them around the feet. Bring your forehead down. Palms facing upwards, but they're wrapped around the body. And then inhale as we come back up. We're going to walk the hands forwards. So the bottom is going to be, the hip is going to be stacked over the knee. Walk the hands forwards, spreading the fingers, forehead comes down into our puppy pose. So feel free to bring a block if you have one, or a pillow underneath your forehead. Chest is moving downwards. Option here, if that's too strong for you, to bring your hands underneath. Make a little pillow with your hands and stretching downwards. Inhale as we walk back up. We're going to sit back onto the heels and sweep the legs round. So we're going to come round to seated. Okay, come into the middle of the mat. We're going to inhale as we lift both legs. Option, if you want to keep one on the ground, absolutely fine. Or we're going to lift both feet into our boat pose. Hands are coming, either you can bring them around to your thighs, drawing the shoulders down. You can also bring them onto the mat, fingers facing your bottom, and then pointing the toes, or keeping the back nice and straight, palms facing inwards. And lift it, so we're using our core here. And take a nice big inhale as we lift, and then exhale to drop the feet. Straightening out the legs, energizing the toes up towards the sky. I'm going to inhale as we bring the left foot up and flat on the mat. Option of bringing it over your right leg, or keeping it to the inside of the right thigh. Absolutely your choice. We're going to inhale to bring the left arm up and over, and just place it on the mat just behind you, so it's elongating the spine. And then exhale, wrapping the right arm around the left knee, guiding it in towards you, opening out the chest, looking over your left shoulder. And you can close your eyes here. Option of just bringing the hand onto the knee and just guiding it into the body. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale as you come back round, release the leg, stretch it out. Then we're going to inhale, swap legs. The left foot is energized, toes are moving towards the ceiling. The right foot comes either down onto the mat or over the left leg. So the left toes are energized again. And inhale as we sweep the right arm up and around, just place it behind you on the mat. And then exhale, wrap the left arm around your body, looking over the right shoulder. So the leg is moving towards the body. Option here of bringing the hand onto the right knee and just gently allowing it to guide your twist. So just guiding it towards the body. The twist is coming from the stomach, opening out the chest, looking over the shoulder, or closing your eyes here. And take a nice big inhale. Exhale to come back round. Release the feet, pointing the toes. Going to bring the hands up, palms parallel with each other. Bring the chin towards the chest. Using your core, we're going to come down to the mat nice and slowly. Really, really gently and slowly, so you feel a little bit of a burn here. Coming all the way down. And then your head is the last bit to come down. So we're going to bend the knees, feet flat on the mat, and draw the heels in towards your bottom. So we're going to place the palms flat on the mat, draw the shoulders away. I'm going to come into a bridge pose. So imagine you've got a ball in between your knees. I'm going to inhale as we peel the pelvis up towards the sky. So the pelvis is lifted, chest is open. And pushing upwards, squeezing in with the legs, the thighs, the bum. And as we breathe here, we're opening out the stomach. So really allow the navel to expand. And then exhale, coming all the way down. Really slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way down onto the mat. One more time, inhale, peel the pelvis off the ground. Pushing it all the way up. Imagining that ball is in between the knees, opening the chest, pushing it into the arms. And then exhale as you come all the way down, nice and gently, nice and slowly. Just breathing in as you bring the knees up towards the chest, hugging them in, drop the shoulders away from the ears, and just start to sweep from side to side. Just rocking, mobilizing that spine, just a nice little massage. Lovely. And then bring the feet flat on the mat again, bending the knees. We're going to bring the right foot on top of the left leg, left thigh towards the knee, and draw it in towards the body. So option here of bringing the hands underneath the thigh and drawing it into you, or just keeping the foot down on the mat and gently pushing the right knee away from you. So whichever is more comfortable for you. Remember to draw the shoulders down here, relax the shoulders. So we're opening out that right hip. And you can energize the left toes here if you want to as well. And then just draw the chin in towards the chest. We have a tendency to sort of open up the throat here. But we're just drawing the chin towards the chest, elongating the neck. And we're going to take a nice deep inhale. As we exhale, we're going to move the legs onto the left-hand side. So where the right foot is now, we're just going to allow it to fall over to the left. So the right foot comes onto the ground, left knee also comes onto the ground, and you should be in a nice little twist. We're going to open out the hands to however much space you've got, a T position or a little cactus position. Right shoulder is on the mat, and just gazing over the right shoulder. You can also close your eyes again here. And then we're going to inhale as we lift the legs, come all the way back into the middle, hugging them into the chest just once again. And then exhaling them back down. So the feet are now flat on the mat. We'll swap over to the other leg, so the left foot over the right thigh, energizing this left foot. Option of keeping the foot on the ground and just guiding the left knee downwards, or picking up the right leg, bringing the hands underneath the thighs, and just drawing it in towards you, drawing the shoulders down. And the chin is also dropped towards the chest. Energizing the right toes up. And take a nice big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to come over to a twist. So the left foot comes all the way down to the right side, right knee comes down. And you should eventually get into a nice twist. The left shoulder is staying on the mat. Open out the arms into a cactus or a little T position. Gaze is over the left shoulder. If that's uncomfortable with the legs slightly wrapped, just unwrap them and just allow the knees to fall over to the right hand side. We're going to inhale as we lift the knees up and cross the legs. Draw the knees into the body again. Nice big hug. If you're comfortable, you can draw your forehead in. And then exhale as we allow the legs to stretch outwards. The arms come down, come into your Shavasana. So finding a comfortable place on the mat, we're going to come into our relaxation. So just allow yourself to come down into the earth. Allow yourself to melt down. And palms can be facing upwards. shoulders back and down into the mat, opening out the chest. Allow the legs to separate and the toes to roll outwards. Draw the chin in towards the body. And allow the breath to just soften. And just notice now maybe where the breath is coming from. Is it coming from your chest or your stomach? Just connect with the earth, allow the body to melt downwards. Visualize it melting into the mat. And we're just going to gently scan the body from the toes to the head. So I want you to think about your right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth, your right foot, your right heel, the right calf, knee, thigh, your right hip, your right glute, the right side of your stomach, the ribs, right side of your chest and shoulder, right thumb, first finger, third, fourth, fifth, right hand, right arm, coming up the right side of the neck, right side of the face, and the top of the head. And then gently working your way down the right side of the face, right side of the neck, left side of the neck, left shoulder, left arm, left thumb, first finger, second, third and fourth, right left palm, and working your way down the left side of the chest, the ribs, stomach and the hip, left thigh, left knee, left calf, left heel, foot, left little toe, third, second and big toe. Just allow the body to rest. And feel free to stay like this for a few minutes longer. We're just going to turn over onto our side. Just gently coming onto the side and then just being aware of the breath as it enters the nose. And as it comes into the nose, imagine a white light, good energy entering the body. As you exhale, allow any negative thoughts, any negative energy to be released from the body. We're going to slowly make our way up to a comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes closed or the gaze low. And just gently allowing your spine to straighten again. Bringing some length into the body. some space into the chest and the heart, and allowing your hands to just rest either on the knees or in your lap, perhaps inviting good energy in, bringing the palms facing upwards. And just take a few deep breaths. Bringing the palms together, rubbing the palms, bringing some heat into the hands, and then allowing them to gently come onto your eyes, bringing the forehead down, feeling the heat, the energy entering the body, and just thanking yourself in this moment for this practice, and allowing yourself this time this evening. Gently flicker the hands away. And inhale as you sweep the arms all the way up to the sky, gathering all of the energy in. Drawing your hands together, bring them to your forehead for kind thoughts, to your mouth for kind words, to your heart for kind actions. Take one big deep inhale. Exhale with a sigh. Thank you for flowing with me this evening. Hope you found some space within the body and the mind just for a little while during this time. Take one last inhale. Exhale as we bow. Namaste.